Hello, my name's Heidi Drieschner and I'm part of the faculty of the Diploma of Energy Healing here at Awareness Institute. And today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about past lives, what they are and discovering how they can impact on our lives today. So one of my students asked me in class, "Excuse me, I don't really understand and I don't want to appear to be rude, but why would we want to know about our past lives?" And it really got me thinking because it's always something I've been fascinated by. For over 20 years, I've been reading books about past lives and what happens when we die and, all that macabre kind of stuff that we don't normally talk about. And I guess for me, the search became about finding meaning and purpose within my life. And so I guess when I ponder on that question that was asked of me, then what if, for instance, we have this example of someone that today has issues with authority and they don't work very well under authority, and because it's the real world, they have to have a job. And so what if this person just constantly creates havoc within their workplace and they get fired from their work and they can't hold down a job? So what if it's just not a personality problem? What if there's something more to it? And so the things that I like to really wonder about when it comes to past lives is, what if we have really, really old repeating patterns in our life that we don't really understand where they came from and we don't know what to do with them? And sometimes we can feel really stuck within a certain pattern or a behaviour that we repeat in our lives. And what if we can do something about it? What if we don't have to just suck it up? If we like to think that the soul continues to go on after we pass away, and if you're okay with the concept of everyone being here for a reason, and that we all have an unconscious mind, and essentially what the unconscious mind is it has a record, like a cellular record of everything that's ever gone on for us. And so part of the role of the unconscious mind is that it filters out things. So the idea of it is, we have so much coming in at all angles throughout the day and over the years that if we remembered absolutely everything, we'd probably have a nervous breakdown. So part of the role of the unconscious mind is to actually filter out any of that extraneous stuff, unless it's really important and there's something of note from that particular moment. And then we store that memory. And so what happens sometimes is that if we have something stressful in our life, then the role of the unconscious mind then is to suppress the memory, because it's like we don't know what to do with it and we don't know how to function. And so the way that we work around that is by suppressing the memory until it's ready to be dealt with. And so I like to think that we can all access this memory bank of information, of any information and wisdom that we've learnt over the years. So what if we don't just have this life? What if we've had many, many lives? Pretty much all of us have had many, many lives. And when it comes down to it, it's like, well, what if you had a tool to make your life today easier? Would you do something about it if you had a tool to access these past memories and to start working on healing some of the issues that we've got today in our lives? Because we can do that through past life regression. So within past life regression, I like to think of it as, we have a computer and we have files within the computer. And so when we do the past life regression, it's like we're accessing those files to access the memories from the past. And when we can do this, then we access the memory that's relevant to the particular theme. And so when we're in this light trance state, we kind of go in and out of this conscious state when we're being regressed. And the fantastic thing about it is you don't have to be in a deep trance state to actually have a past life experience. You can still be aware of everything that's happening around you and have these amazing insights and wisdom that come through at the same time. And so if we're going back to that example that I mentioned earlier about the person that had issues with authority, The great thing that you can do with past life regression is you can actually instruct the unconscious mind to take you back to the very first time that this person had a sense of authority issues. And so what if, for instance, this person was regressed back to a life where they were a slave and they were mistreated? And if with using past life regression, if we can go back to that very original early memory, that first time that the soul had this imprint of stress around authority, then gosh, what a difference that could make to this person's life today. So if we think that, as with our life today, that sometimes we can have unresolved issues that are with us all of our lives, right to the end of our life. And sometimes, and when we have like these beliefs and thoughts and emotions that are still with us until we die, then if we think that the soul is here to assist us and wants to heal all of these past wounds, then what we can think of is that the soul may choose to come back to reenact some of those old lessons that haven't been dealt with. And the idea behind that is that we can start to resolve them within our lives. But what happens if we're getting in our own way and we can't resolve some of this older stuff and we don't know where to turn? Past life regression can really help out with this. So I'm really excited to share how you can heal some of these old wounds with past life regression. So if you're really curious about whether or not we have past lives, and if you'd like to explore the intriguing field of past life regression, then look into our past life regression training program. It might be something that you're interested in.